All right, so what you're gonna see here are our different chemicals and substances that we are going to test today for both physical and chemical changes. So we've got sodium bicarbonate, sulfur, magnesium, iron, sodium chloride, which is table salt, sand, silicone dioxide, and sucrose, which is table sugar. And the first thing we're going to do with each one of these is to pass a magnet underneath the piece of paper that it's sitting on to see which ones are magnetic. So before I start this, pause the video and decide which ones you think are going to be magnetic. And now we'll test. So, not magnetic. Now I'll test the sulfur. Not magnetic. Let's try the magnesium. Not magnetic. This is the iron. It definitely is magnetic. Sodium chloride. Not magnetic. Sand. Not magnetic. And sucrose. Not magnetic. Ready? All right, so now we're going to continue with this lab. I am still in part A, but I have moved on to part 4 and 5, so I'm testing the solubility of each one of these chemicals. So I have in here my distilled water, and I'm adding my distilled water to the sodium bicarbonate solution. And this is what we call a flick test. So where you just flick the bottom, so you're kind of stirring it, and you can flick it to do it. The other thing you can use is a stir rod to try and stir it to see if it is soluble. And as you can see, the solid at the bottom is disappearing, so this is a soluble content, meaning this chemical dissolves into water. So your solute is the sodium bicarbonate, the solvent is our distilled water. Now I've already added the water for the rest of them, so we'll just take a look at this. So this is our sulfur, and as you can see, not a whole lot of dissolving. So the particles are staying uniquely themselves, the water is not changing. So we might have some smaller particles floating within the water, but it is not dissolving. So a little bit of a physical change, not much. The magnesium, you see it at the bottom? So magnesium has not changed at all, it did not dissolve. The iron, and you'll watch it settle right back down, also not dissolving. Sodium chloride, this has dissolved. So it was up to here in white table salt, and you can see now it has dissolved. Sand did not dissolve. And this is our sucrose, and it did dissolve. So very clear. All right, so we need to take a moment and record those findings of what was dissolved and what did not dissolve, and discuss whether this is a physical or chemical change you're seeing.